Loyalty and disavowal is a creed every Muslim must adhere to. This doctrine, loving and hating for the sake of Allah, is considered the core of faith, as mentioned in the hadith from the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, loving and hating for the sake of Allah. So whoever loves, hates, gives, and withholds for the sake of Allah has perfected his faith. So a believer should not love a disbeliever, but this does not mean that he should wrong him, nor is it permissible for him to wrong a disbeliever either. Oppression is forbidden, as the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said to Mu'adh bin Jabal. And beware the supplication of the oppressed, especially since, at the beginning of his words, he said, "You are going to a people of the book," meaning disbelievers. Then he said to him, "And beware the supplication of the oppressed, for there is no barrier between it and Allah." Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah says, "The supplication of the oppressed has no barrier between it and Allah, even if he is a disbeliever, even if he is a disbeliever." So oppression is forbidden in our Sharia, but the hearts must belong to Allah alone, glorified and exalted be He. As Allah said, "Here you are, loving them, but they do not love you. They do not love you, O you who have believed." Do not take the Jews and the Christians as allies, they are allies of one another. And whoever among you takes them as allies is surely one of them. Indeed, Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. So love and hate must be for the sake of Allah, and in Allah, glorified and exalted be He. So if a person says that he obeys Allah and His Messenger, we say to him, "It is not permissible for you to take the enemies of Allah as allies." That is why Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, said, "Humiliate the Christians, but do not wrong them, for they have insulted Allah with an insult that no one else among all people has ever uttered. They have said that Allah has a son." The point is that a person must, in his belief and in his heart, devote his heart to Allah alone, glorified and exalted be He. And among these matters is loving and hating for the sake of Allah, the Almighty and Majestic. That is why it is said here, "You will not find a people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger." This is impossible. How can someone who opposes Allah, who declares war against Allah, be befriended? Allah is insulted when they claim He has a son, as He said, "The son of Adam insults and reviles me without right." When asked how, he replied, "He says I have a son." So this is the one who insults Allah. How can we then come and say, "We love you"? That is not permissible. But this does not mean we should wrong him, nor does it mean we should not be just with him. That is why Abdullah bin Rawaha said to the Jews, "By Allah, O assembly of Jews, you are the most hated of Allah's creation to me, but that will not prevent me from being just with you." They replied, "It is by this, by justice, that the heavens and the earth are established." So Muslims, in their dealings, do not wrong anyone, but their hearts belong to Allah, the Exalted. This love and hatred never drives them to show favoritism to those they love or to harm those they dislike. Rather, these are actions of the heart, and we must pay more attention to the actions of the heart than to outward actions. Bodily actions, but actions of the heart are greater in the sight of Allah, blessed and exalted. And we will discuss this further. He said, "Even if they are their fathers, or their sons, or their brothers, or their clan, these are the people closest to a person, the very closest to a person. Yet, even so, He said it is not permissible to love these people if they are disbelievers, if they oppose Allah. Why is this? Because you are servants of Allah. Since we are servants of Allah, blessed and exalted, then we must adhere to His command, glorified be He."